Okay, great question here. We're told that this number has 4,041 digits. We're asked for the sum of the digits. Okay, obviously we do not want to write that number down in full. So how can we deal with it? Well, it's a double bracket to start with, so I'm actually going to expand it. So it's going to be 10 to the 2020 squared, which gives 10 to the 4040. You can immediately see where a lot of the digits are going to come from. It's going to be 1 followed by lots of zeros here, plus 10 to the 2020 times 2020. I'm cross multiplying it twice. So actually I'm going to get 4040 times 10 to the 2020 plus 2020 squared. That one actually needs calculating in full, I think. So when I did it, I actually wrote it as 202 times 10 squared and just squared this and squared this. Then I wrote it as 101 times 2 squared and wrote it as 101 times 2 squared times 10 squared. I just thought this might make it a bit quicker. And then I just need to work out what 101 times 101 is. So 10201. Going to times that by 4, which gives 40804. Times it by 100. Okay, there we go. So let's just think about each of these things. We've got, remember, 10 squared is actually 1 followed by 2 zeros. So 10 to the 4040 is 1 followed by 4040 zeros. Remember, we're asked for the sum of this number, so we've got lots of zeros going on, and then a 1 at the start. This 4040 times 10 to the 2020. Well, we're definitely going to get a 4. It's going to be smaller, but I'm going to have 4040, and then all the rest are going to be 0. And it doesn't really matter how many I've got, to be honest. When I add on, there's going to be like no overlap, so I'm just going to like literally I get 1 from this one, and I get an 8 from this one, which just leaves adding 40804000. Um, and that is that number in full. It's going to overlap with all of these zeros. So now I'm just going to add on those digits. So the overall sum of the digits is going to be 1 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 8 plus 4, which is that 16, 17. It's going to be 25. I should just emphasize again, why does this work? Like if we had overlapping digits like 8 and 9 like this, then you can't just add the 8 and the 9. You have to actually, you'd get a 7 here and you'd have to carry the 1. But because there is the only overlap between any digits for these three numbers are where the zeros are, sorry, I should say that again. Like the 1 doesn't overlap with anything. This 4 overlaps with zeros from this number, and this 4 does as well, okay? And this number is way too small. And when we get down to this number, which is 40804000, it is overlapping with zeros from the other numbers. So when you add it on, it's just going to stay as 40804000. That's why I can just literally I can just add the digits of each of these numbers to give 25. I just want to explain it in one other way. So I'm not going to write down the number in full, but basically it's going to be 1 followed by lots of zeros. And then when I add it on, I'm going to get this 4040. Then I'm going to get lots of zeros. And then right at the end, I'm going to get 40804000. So that was another way of me trying to explain it. you know, because when I add them, this just stays as it is. This one just gets added on, as does this. So that's my number. I haven't counted how many zeros there are, of course, but I have written it in full. Otherwise, we get our sum of 25.